Everyone has the right to make his own decisions, but none has the right to force his decision on others. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. Any alleged right of one man, which necessitates the violation of the rights of another, isn't and can't be a right. An individualist is a man who says, "I will not run anyone's life, nor let anyone run mine. I will not rule nor be ruled. I will not be a master nor a slave. I will not sacrifice myself to anyone, nor sacrifice anyone to myself." An inventor is a man who asks why of the universe and lets nothing stand between the answer and his mind. I can accept anything, except what seems to be the easiest for most people, the halfway, the almost, the just about, the in-between. I guard my treasures, my thought, my will, my freedom. And the greatest of these is freedom. The man who lets a leader prescribe his course is a wreck being towed to the scrap heap. The businessman's tool is value. Worry is a waste of emotional reserve. To achieve, you need thought. You have to know what you are doing, and that's real power. Live and act within the limit of your knowledge and keep expanding it to the limit of your life. Pain is not be accepted as part of one's soul and as a permanent scar across one's view of existence. From the smallest necessity to the highest religious abstraction, from the wheel to the skyscraper, everything we are and everything we have comes from one attribute of man, the function of his reasoning mind. Throughout the centuries there were men who took first steps down new roads armed with nothing but their own vision. Every man is free to rise as far as he's able or willing, but the degree to which he thinks determines the degree to which he'll rise. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. My philosophy, in essence, is the concept of man as a heroic being. Do not let your fire go out. Do not let the hero in your soul perish, in the lonely frustration for the life you deserved, but have never been able to reach. Check your riyadh and the nature of your battle. The world you desired can be won. It exists, it is real, it is possible, it is yours. Integrity is the ability to stand by an idea. Money will not purchase happiness for the man who has no concept of what he wants. Man survives by adjusting his background to himself. Wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. I started my life with a single absolute, that the world was mine to shape in the image of my highest values and never to be given up to a lesser standard, no matter how long or hard the struggle. Alice O'Connor, born Elisa Zinovievna Rosenbaum, February 2, 1905, better known by her pen name Ayn Rand, was a Russian-born American writer and philosopher. She is known for her fiction and for developing a philosophical system she named objectivism. Born and educated in Russia, she moved to the United States in 1926. After two early novels that were initially unsuccessful and two Broadway plays, she achieved fame with her 1943 novel, The Fountainhead. In 1957, Rand published her best-known work, the novel Atlas Shrugged. Afterward, until her death, she turned to nonfiction to promote her philosophy, publishing her own periodicals and releasing several collections of essays. Although Rand opposed libertarianism, which she viewed as anarchism, she is often associated with the modern libertarian movement in the United States. In art, Rand promoted romantic realism. She was sharply critical of most philosophers and philosophical traditions known to her, except for Aristotle, Thomas Aquinas, and classical liberals. Rand's books have sold over 37 million copies. Her fiction received mixed reviews from literary critics, with reviews becoming more negative for her later work. Although academic interest in her ideas has grown since her death, academic philosophers have generally ignored or rejected her philosophy because of her polemical approach and lack of methodological rigor. Her writings have politically influenced some right libertarians and conservatives. The objectivist movement attempts to spread her ideas, both to the public and in academic settings. Rand underwent surgery for lung cancer in 1974 after decades of heavy smoking. In 1976, she retired from writing her newsletter and, after her initial objections, allowed a social worker employed by her attorney to enroll her in Social Security and Medicare. On March 6, 1982, Rand died of heart failure at her home in New York City. At her funeral, a 6-foot (1.8 meters) floral arrangement in the shape of a dollar sign was placed near her casket. In her will, Rand named Peikoff as her heir.